What's up, guys? It's your girl Stacy Kick, your host for What's Hot, and today I'm here to explain the Scream 7 trailer and talk about some of the Easter eggs in the film you may have missed while watching it. So if you like this type of content, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, let's get into it. So the Scream 7 trailer has been out for a while. Paramount Pictures just released some footage of Kevin Williamson, the original writer for the Scream franchise, and now the director for Scream 7. And he was talking about, his approach to the film and everything. And so this made me want to just dive into the trailer a little bit more and talk to you guys about the plot of this film. Scream 7 is giving us all the nostalgic feels by bringing the frights of Woodsboro, California all the way to Dallas, Texas, with OG cast member Neve Campbell and her character Sidney Prescott. The new Ghostface is back, and he is coming back with a clear motive to wreak havoc on Sidney Prescott by setting out to kill her daughter. So this is very clear in the trailer. And I think this is the first time it's such a clear motive from Ghostface. But let's talk a little bit about what we know so far based on the trailer. So the setting, as I mentioned, Woodsboro, California is still going to be a part of this film. The opening kill scene, which we see in the trailer, takes place in Woodsboro, California. The residence where Billy Loomis and Stu did their murders, as well as the murders that took place in the Scream 5 film, That residence, it makes its return in this film for the opening kill scene. It has been turned into a psycho killer Airbnb, and you have some fans of the Stab franchise, the in-universe kind of movie franchise, that visit this Airbnb, I guess because they're fans of the Stab franchise. Why they would want to go where real murders have taken place in recent years, I have no idea, but that's what we see in this trailer. And so that takes place in Woodsboro, California. That's how Woodsboro, California touched. I think this is a big clue about who is committing the murders in this new installment. So again, Woodsboro, California. Then that takes us to, we jump to Texas, Pine Grove, Texas. This is a little town in Dallas. This is where Sidney Prescott is. We know this because here we go into our Easter eggs. When we look at the trailer, we get a shot of the scene, the setting, where it shows a little market that has Pine Grove Market above it, and then we see Dallas, a theater that's showing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I thought that was just such a cool detail and such a cool touch to add and to have in this film. Love that inclusion, because Texas Chainsaw Massacre is very violent, and it's kind of an ominous kind of foreshadowing about what's about to take place in this film. It's going to be a massacre. It's going to be bloody. It's going to be violent. And the gore that we love and we know Scream 4. So yeah, so we get that, and then furthermore we get the shot where the phone is ringing, and we see a set of keys next to it, and we see Woodsboro, California on the phone. It's an unknown caller calling Sidney Prescott. It looks like she's in her office. She has a little coffee shop where like a latte or coffee shop, and she receives this call while she's in her office. Now, something you may not have noticed while watching this is she has, when they show the clear shot of her receiving the call, she has a little note above the phone, and it looks like the name above it says Lenny. So I looked up and down the casting list for this film, and I don't see any characters named Lenny. Some of the character names have not been listed yet on online. So whoever Lenny is, I'm wondering, is he Ghostface? But I just thought that was a cool little tidbit that I'm wondering if that's going to come into play in the movie. It could be a revelation. I don't know. But what I do think is really cool and what's really telling in this trailer is, again, the clear hints about a motive here. We get very distinct lines from Ghostface about what's going on, that I'm gonna burn all of this down. Why would Ghostface want to burn the whole Airbnb down? Why would Ghostface be set on killing Sidney Prescott's daughter? That sounds like somebody who blamed Sidney for all of the murders that had taken place up to this point. So who could it be? I'm wondering if it's one of our returning cast members. Some of our returning cast members obviously include Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott, Courtney Cox as Gail Weathers, then we have Mason Gooding as Chad, and then his sister Mindy is played by Jasmine Savoy Brown. But on the cast list, we also have Stu is returning in some sort of way. Matthew Lillard played Stu in the original Scream film, and he's back in some kind of way, so I'm interested to see how they're going to do this. And then, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it already, Dewey is returning in some kind of way too. We know he died in an earlier film. I think it was Scream 5, not 6, Scream 5. He passed away. He was killed in Scream 5. Hated how he died, but whatever. Dave Arquette is returning in some sort of way. I think it's going to be more of like a flashback of some sort, but to be continued, and we will find out more about that. But I'm wondering, this, guys, I don't know for sure if I'm right. I just happen to be right, lucky guess. But I'm wondering if it's Mason Gooding, because he says a line in the film, which I think was him, about all of your friends dying.
All your friends died for just being near you.
Like, that sounds like motive. Like he's blaming Sidney for this continuing on for so many years. So he's like, let's just kill you, your daughter, and let's get this done. Let's end this. I'm tired of this cycle repeating itself. Let's end this. I want vengeance. I want closure. I'm burning it all down. That's my theory. Let me know what you guys think, what other things you noticed in this film. Again, there was a lot of great aspects to it, a lot to go over, but these were just some of the things I noticed that I think lend towards us figuring out who the killer is in Scream 7. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment if you like this type of content, and I will see you guys next time.